Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Radiant Tale, continuing Vilio's route. I think we're actually full on, and I mean, to be fair, he had his own common route, so it's technically been full on Vilio route since we started. But we're now in the, not as common route, I guess. Because most of it was stuff we were rehashing. Although, to be fair, I feel like even now we're kind of rehashing stuff that happened in Rady's route, so I think that's going to be a majority of Vilio's route is like it's half Vilio and half remember all the other stuff that happened, we're putting it all together, which is kind of cool. I like it. But we just woke up our parents and we're Vilio right now, I think. Obviously, because I wouldn't be saying me. VC left the room for a while to be with her parents. Relina and I walked through the streets of Kalita before going back to the tent. Relita, you sure you don't want to stay there? Don't you have a whole lot you want to say to them after 10 years apart?
Nah, I'm good. The one who wants to talk to him most is Spacey anyway. This outsider ain't gonna interrupt the quality time between her and them.
He shrugged and turned toward me.
Plus, I got business with somebody else.
So you noticed, huh?
Well, yeah. And that's why it's just the two of us here now.
Interesting. Relita stopped in his tracks.
Let me start off by thanking you. I wouldn't have been able to save him if it weren't for you. Thanks to you, I was able to see Rigel and Miri again. Words ain't enough to express how grateful I am.
No need to thank me.
But I know you got an ulterior motive. The kind you need me around for.
He's got me. Considering how long Relita had been around, he must have pieced it together from what little info I'd given him. Looking somewhat resigned, he continued. I mean, aside from the ulterior motive of now you're a vessel for the spirit with the, you know what I mean? Like, there's something else going on? Interesting. Goddamn, Vilio's got a lot of fucking secrets.
You said you need the core items to seal the fiends, didn't you? Except that wand is an incomplete piece. You really think you can seal the fiends with it?
Well,
Nah, you don't have to explain yourself. I can tell from your reaction already.
A little smile flashed across his face. You are not gonna sacrifice Rady for the, no. I don't accept that.
Don't worry, buddy. I told you before, right? I'll do my part.
I can hardly bear to see that smile of his. We cannot end this game with, it's a happy ending with Vilio, but Rady's dead. You can't! No, I will not accept that. This is not that game. This is happy, fluffy, everybody's happy. Don't. Fucking don't. I mean, everybody but Balto and Abby, but they're like side evil characters, so it's okay. Not our main, precious fluffball. You can't do that. My eyes dropped to my feet as I clenched my fists so tight my nails bit into my palms. Sorry, Relita. I don't want to sacrifice anyone. Oh, no! Please tell me we don't have to.
Hey, turn that frown upside down. I'm really thankful for what you did. I'm glad I got this chance to show Spacey the outside world, anyway. I can rest easy knowing her parents are here now. That whole deal's been haunting me for who knows how long, you know? It's all well and good now she can see her real family again. I don't regret a thing.
Oh my god, Rady is basically that. She's just giving his own eulogy. Stop it. No. Stop it. No. 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 And I don't... I don't like that my happy fluffy game is making me feel angst. But I like it at the same time, because, in every other right, you're like, no, the angst, it hurts. This hurts. My chest hurts. I don't like this. But I also, when you're in Rady's route and everything's bad, you're like, oh, the angst hurts. I know it's going to end good, but, damn, giving me the feels. Again, it's done so well in this, because in other games where you're like, I know it's supposed to, I was like, oh, the angst, but it's very mild, and you're like, yeah, but everything's going to be fine. This one, even when you know things are going to be fine, you're like, it still hurts, and I don't like it. Don't make me sad. Is it me? Am I broken? Maybe. But I also am not 100% sure that they wouldn't actually be like, well, Rady died, but everything else is great. You can't do a 99% fluff game. you can't. Yeah, I mean, you got the ones where there's some fluff and there's some angst. This is like it's always worked out perfectly, happy, fluffy cotton candy fields. You can't fucking be like, well, except for that scorched earth over there where we killed Rady in the last route. You can't fucking do that. There are laws. This is jail time for this. You can't. So, but I'm like not 100% convinced they're not going to kill Rady, so I'm a little concerned. Like I'm a little like afraid. I want to have faith in the game, but I'm kind of scared the way they're like, no, but it's not his route, so like I worry. Although to be fair, they didn't kill Pashalia in any other route. When it wasn't his route, they're like, Pashalia went home and got over his illness, and they just kind of like, you know what I mean? So like, and Pashalia was basically on death's door the whole time. So Rady shouldn't have to die in this, but I don't 100% trust the game. I have trust issues, and this is making those flare up right now. The way he said it almost came off as a joke, and I hardly had the energy to laugh. All I could do was clench my teeth, frustrated by my own powerlessness. And I would not be satisfied if they did the like, well, Rady's still alive, but he forgot everything. It's fine though. Like, no, we went through that already. Several days had passed since my mom and dad woke up. Ever since then, the other circus members had also started calling Rady Relita. My parents were still in rehabilitation, and I visited them as much as physically possible. They didn't know how to treat me at first. It made sense, considering we hadn't seen each other in 10 years. The more we interacted, the closer we became. I spent my days attending to them, and one night... Let me ask you one more time. Are you really gonna follow me? Don't make me repeat myself. Exterminating fiends is one of our goals. We are complete outsiders. Vilio missed the chance to consume fiends in Kalita last time we were here. When he slipped away to the nearby forest, we followed after him. Your concern is appreciated, but there's no need to worry about us. We shall stand by at a distance while you exterminate the fiends. I have also prepared amulets for everyone. Should something bad happen, let me take care of it. I can handle it myself. I'm still afraid of fiends, honestly. Why are we bringing the child? It's one thing if Zephora and Ion are like, yeah, but we're gonna drag the baby. Don't drag baby Prince into this. Again, and he has a right. Like, no, it's not just because you're a child. It's because literally you've been in a coma, basically for 10 fucking years, because of a so like, dude, this is a bad. Guys, we are such bad parents. We are so bad at this. This is proof we are not ready for the responsibility of carting around this child.
But it just feels wrong to sit and wait someplace safe while you're out here fighting all the fiends.
Why is this child more noble than all of us put together? But also, no, bad child, go back to the tent.
Please, let us join you.
So brave! Fine. Sorry for doubting you guys when you already made up your minds. You should know one thing, though. Looking grim, he heaved a big sigh. I'm not exterminating the fiends. I'm eating them. They're all gonna be, like, disturbed. Unlike me, the others didn't know what he meant by that. They'd find out soon enough. I really just want to see Zephora and Ion's face like, I kind of wish we hadn't come. Fiends were born from negative emotions. When we got closer to them, our hearts were practically under attack. Fear, anxiety, and sorrow assailed us in turn. Then another stronger feeling swept them all away. Rawr! Look, he's totally full on black. Holy shit. He's eaten so many fiends, his dragon body's black. The sight of Vilio in his dragon form filled us with overwhelming dread. Well, I think it's funny that we're all, like, especially now, actually he's doing a good thing, but it is a little horrifying. We should be used to it. Well, we saw it once. His whole body was pitch black. His scales got darker and darker the more corruption he took into his body. Eat! Is that what he means by eating fiends? What did you think he meant? You said he was going to eat them. That's how you eat. Like, come on, guys. Brain cells. Did we all forget them today? No one talked about the fact that the color of his body had changed. We only stood there speechless as we watched him devour fiends with his sharp fangs. I mean, this is also like half of us, okay, majority of us, except for me, basically everyone else, didn't know what they were getting into with this. We knew, and we're still here being horrified, and it's like, that's really not how to handle this. If I hadn't seen this sight before, I'd have screamed by now. I have heard him say eating fiends before, but I did not expect it to be so literal. Again, what did you all think it meant? We're like the brain cell bunch here, and I mean that sarcastically. Not a single brain cell between all of us.
He's really gobbling them up.
Watching the terrible display before our eyes, we were compelled to look away. All but Ion, who was used to grim sights. After a while, Vilio finally finished consuming all the fiends in sight. Doubling over, he groaned in pain. As a dragon, aww. Vilio, are you? Stevek! He growled, forcing me to stop in my tracks. I kind of, there's a part of me that wants, an adorable CG where he's just in dragon form, and we're just like, I'm gonna give you a hug and pat you on the head. It's like, oh, something inappropriate about that. You're like, it's so beautiful, and kind of, you're petting your boyfriend, but he's in his dragon form, and there's kind of cute. Still something a little wrong about it. Don't come near me. This place is still dangerous, and I can still sense more nearby. And better if you don't touch me right now. Still haven't completely purified the negative emotions. Who knows what'll happen if you... Julio tried to get up on his quivering legs. Poor baby. He collapsed almost instantly, sapped of his strength. Oh. Watching him, I decided to... Oh. Ugh. Stupid phone. Help him get up. Or wait. I feel like... Okay. So, while I want to, help him get up, he told us not to, and it's kind of one of those, do we listen to him? I feel like, wait, is we listen to him. Listen to him, trust him. But at the same time, help him get up because I don't care what you're saying. I love you and I'm going to help you. So I feel like there's something, romantic about the help him get up, but respecting what he says and waiting is good too. They're both good. Me, I'd be like, damn the consequences! Help him get up! Even if it means negative, I won't regret it, the fact that my arm fell off. You know what I mean? Because we're a main character in an Otome game, so of course we're going to help him get up and, fight the fact that respecting his wishes would probably be the best choice, but... Hell yeah, we're going to help him get up! I've played enough of these games. You kind of tell sometimes. Even though you're like, that's a bad idea, but... My hesitation only lasted a second or two. Your body looks much darker than last time. His gigantic dragon eyes opened wide when he noticed me running over. Stop right there, Spacey! Did you not hear what I said? I heard it loud and clear. Aww. Did you think I was going to stand still and watch you suffer? Fear stung the corners of my eyes, and everyone back there was like, does she know she's in love with him?
I don't think she does. Just wait. I told her not to fall in love with him, and that was probably the worst thing to say, because then she went and fucking did it. Nobody ever listens to me!
Ginny just over there. I clung to him, not caring if I got trapped in the darkness with him. Okay, we need a CG of this, is what I was talking about. Even if you're a special dragon who can purify fiends, it doesn't change the fact that you're hurting. Who wouldn't be worried seeing their friend in pain? Friends. Vilio stopped, struck by my words. Right then, a fiend burst forth from the brush. My eyes bulged at the sight. Again, they're so unintimidating. They're kind of cute. Creepy, but cute. That instant, a spear pierced through the creature's core. Spacey is right. No matter how exceptional of a dragon you are, it does not change the fact that you are our friend. And for now, change to your human form so we can carry you back home. I'm gonna bring you some cold water. It may help calm you down. You guys, wait
just one moment. I'll go send for the carriage. Let me go with you. I'll bring back a warm towel.
Vilio had a flabbergasted look on his face as he watched us scurry around. See, a cute little the CG of us like holding our like half-dead dragon boyfriend would have been adorable. Missed opportunity. Although to be fair, I don't really want all of Vilio's CGs to be taken up with him being in dragon form, and there have been a few. Like, well, most of those are other people's, like it's Zephora's thing and whatever. So, like, or other CGs. So. But, like, you don't want to use all of Vilio's CGs on, like, him in dragon form. That's not the point. But it still would have been kind of cute. Oh, but we do get this one! Oh. Okay, good enough. No sooner had he changed back to human form than he collapsed into my arms. Oh, so precious. Vilio. Sorry, Spacey. They could have done two versions of this, like one where we're like holding on to, like holding his little dragon face, and then he falls into your arms like that. Like they could have done that. They could have, but they didn't. Just indulge me for a sec. Sure, take your time. Thanks. I'd hold him for as long as he needed. I knew it. He wasn't suffering this badly the first time I saw him devouring fiends. The more fiends he eats, the worse his condition gets. I tightened my hold on him as if to squeeze out my rising anxiety. I feel like the whole, like, I'm gonna eat all the fiends and then hold them and seal them in myself is gonna kill him. Keeping Vilio upright, we returned to the town. Once we got back to the tent, we let Vilio rest. His current state would last until the fiends in his body were completely purified, and he's eaten a lot, so it's gonna take longer. Until he got better, all I could do was stay by his bedside and hold his hand, hoping it'd lessen his pain. I guess the thing I hate about his route, well, okay, I don't really hate it, it's more like my point of contention is I'm the only one that can purify them, because, like, even though, like, weren't other people killing fiends, you hit them with a core, yeah, but that doesn't actually kill them, they just go away and then they come back. I don't necessarily... I get it, that's to put more tension in his route and, like, more pressure on oh my god, he's gotta do it and, like, whatever. But I feel like I don't like that point of it. I would think it would have been better if, like, the security forces can go out there and stab fiends and everything, but they're gonna be overwhelmed and there's no way they can do it alone, so he's gotta do, like, 80% of the work. So it still could be, like, there's just so many fiends that the security forces alone can't handle them. He's got to go around and eat a majority of them. It's causing him pain and agony because, there's so many fiends. But, like, still, okay, like, Ion killed that one. Like, oh yeah, Ion might be able to kill a few. We can each kill. He's going to take out 80% of them. And again, like, he's got a majority of the burden. It would still have the same amount of tension. Like, yeah, the security forces are killing them still. Whatever, but all this pressure on Vilio to eat them and get rid of them before they get too strong or something. Or, well, yeah, if they're in this state or that state, you can totally get rid of them, but once they hit this state, then Vilio's the only one. But it's more like, actually, I'm the only one that can ever do anything, and it's only when they're in this state. And it's like, like how you put all 100% of the pressure on them. You know? He still could have worked with, like, 80% and been like, oh, if you find them in their little flower state before and we burned them, then yeah, that would work. But it's hard to find them in that state type of a thing. Like, where they could have had something where there's another way to get rid of them aside from it's only Vilio. Because I just, a lot of burden on him. And I feel like they could have still done the same heaviness and you could have still had the same anxiety and angst without it 100% all being on his shoulders. You know what I mean? But, well, we'll see how it turns out, but anyway. Late into the night, I dropped by the Sage Tower to see my parents after taking care of Vilio. They're going to be like, oh, actually, we figured out a way to get rid of the fiends. That's why we went to Dragon Island. You just use the magic gem, and dragons are being selfish dicks. And that's why we brought our parents back. Oh my god. I'm just saying, there's got to be a way to get rid of the fiends, and Vilio doesn't have to eat them all and then die because of it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is killing him. You can see what's happening. And you know that's going to be the point of contention and the drama. They're not actually going to fucking kill him because it's his fucking route. But we got to have that tension. But something's going to come along with, like, magic Deus Ex Machina, and it's going to be our parents and the whole, like... That's why they were going to the Dragon Island, to be able to exterminate beings, and they're going to figure something out at the last second, and everything's going to be fine. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying. Sorry for coming by so late. Spacey, darling, thank you for coming again. You can get out of bed now. Thankfully, we're getting better. I guess we can go outside once all of our exams are done with. We've got lots to do, after all. I'm curious how much research on Thebes has progressed over the last decade. We also need to tell our old acquaintances we're doing fine. They've been worried. They've thought you were dead, so I don't think that they were unnecessarily worried. Especially Spiria. We've got to go visit her at Liber. Besides, we have to thank her for taking care of you while we were away, Spacey. And I want to eat her honey pancakes again. Oh, should I bring you some tomorrow? Mine aren't as good as Spiria's, but they're still pretty tasty. My mom's lips curled into a sweet, pleasant smile. Right! You can cook by yourself now. Last time I saw you, you were still so small I couldn't even let you hold a knife. Honestly, this all feels so surreal. I'm happy and a bit lonesome at the same time. A momentary silence fell between us. There was some loneliness in their eyes when they looked at me. Even so, their gazes were gentle. Well, you're still young. You could always have another kid. I could use a little brother, I guess. I'm really good at taking care of Calyvis. Well, better than the other chuckle fucks in Circus, I'm just saying. By the way, Spacey, Relita caught us up to speed a little bit. He told us you're on a trip as part of Circus now. Is that true? That's right. Our trip was founded to save the prince. We traveled the world to make these mystic flowers called Flora bloom, and they're like, we know what fucking Flora is. We're not stupid. We're researchers. Jesus. I'm just kidding. I gushed about my extraordinary companions, including Vilio. We visited the 5 major cities in Eshelita, each with its own unique townscape. Once there, we held our shows in the hopes of making people smile. My mom and dad were delighted by my story, especially the parts about dragons. Dad leaned in super close, eyes sparkling. He got so excited that Mom had to remind him about their bad experience with Passio. Once I finished recounting my travels, I fell silent for a few moments. I feel like he's the one. He's like, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Isn't there a curse on the island, dear, where we might die? It'll be fine, sweetie, it'll be all right. I got this. And she's like, I told you we were going to die. I did not got that. I didn't. I was wrong. Like, now he's like, oh, dragons. And she's like, honey, sit the fuck down. I love our parents. And, our journey hasn't actually ended yet. I'll be going to another city once my business here is finished. Don't look so sad, darling. No need to worry about us. Exactly. We couldn't possibly stop you when you light up just talking about it. It's not as though this is goodbye forever. We can see each other whenever we want now. Go ahead and follow your heart, Spacey. Thanks. I'll come to see you once our trip is over. Feeling encouraged by their words, I rose from my seat. Be it going to another city or holding a show in Kalita, I had to wonder if things would go smoothly. It all depends on Vilio's condition. Hope he'll be all right. Thought lingered in my mind as I laid my hand on the doorknob. Spacey. His quiet voice pulled me out of my reverie. Are you worried about some aspect of the trip? Huh? What makes you say that? Even if we haven't seen each other in 10 years, I'm still your father. I can tell when something's bothering you. My words caught in my throat. The fate of the world sat on Vilio's shoulders. It wasn't the kind of thing I could easily talk to my parents about, but I would. Still, I've got to say something. I found it difficult to keep all my feelings bottled up inside. Without revealing the details of Vilio's mission, I carefully explained my concerns. One of my friends is always pushing himself too hard. He's very special, different from others. There are a lot of things only he can do. Even today I had to watch him suffer right there in front of me. I couldn't lift a finger to help him. There's always ways to help your friends. I can't eat fiends, Mom! And she's like, what the hell was that about? My parents listened to me intently and without interruption. I know there's nothing I can do for him. I get that. But it pains me. Of course you'd feel depressed watching someone you care for suffer and knowing you can't help him. How about you try telling him how you feel? Or maybe asking him not to exhaust himself? Well, I would love to do that, but unfortunately, for the safety of everyone in the world, he has to do this all on his own.
I'm with her. I get that you're worried about him and you want to help. He won't understand if you don't say so, though.
I can't. Why? This task of his is so important that if he didn't do it, it would lead to a full-scale calamity. He can't stop. If anything, he's going to keep pushing himself harder. Imposing my feelings on him is just going to be a bother. So you're content to let him endure all the pain, then? Mom apologized right away for her bluntness.
No, but we needed to hear that. Mom bitch slapped us in the face with some reality, so you're just going to let him suffer then?
Well, yeah, well, hi. She linked arms with Dad and gave him a nudge. You know, I can relate in a way when it comes to this fellow right here. You can? Your father's kind. Too kind, if you ask me. He's the kind of guy who'll never turn someone away. It means he used to get taken advantage of quite a bit. Forced to do other people's work and such.
Our dad's a fucking marshmallow.
And you know what this fool always said? I can save people if I work hard enough. When Mom turned to him, he quickly looked away.
Oh my god. I know we can't romance our dad because that'd be creepy, but I love his character and can we play as our mother and go back in time and romance our dad? Can we just... Come now. Everyone was in a real pinch back then. It's okay for us as people playing the game to be in love with him a little bit. Be like, God damn, I love him. Especially, I'm sorry, I'm still thinking of fucking Rady's route with the you're not touching my daughter! It's okay, he rejected me. How dare he! The fucking, you are not allowed to touch my daughter, but you also can't fucking reject her, sir! What the fuck? The characters in this, even the side characters, are all so good, I love it.
You worked yourself sick, so what was the point?
What did you do then, Mom?
I smacked him with all my might, obviously!
Because she's so fucking proud of herself.
What? I told him that no matter how troubled they were, that was their problem. They could deal with it themselves. Your father's the most important person in my life, so I don't want to see him overwork himself.
I want to be in love with the dad, not our dad, her dad, okay? But also, Mom and Dad are perfect together, and I couldn't take them apart from each other. So goddamn. It really hurt. Probably the most painful punch I've ever taken.
Came to your senses, though, didn't you?
I fucking love them so goddamn much, I can't.
Mom had no way to know the full story. She couldn't conceive of what a heavy burden Vilio carried. You could tell her. However, her words resonated with me for that very reason. Ultimately, it all comes down to what you want to do.
True. You are the protagonist of your own life.
I am? I always felt like a side character in someone else's story.
Actually, I feel like a side character in my own life, to be fair.
You sure can say the corniest lines with a straight face. Oh, stop it! He's a sweetheart!
I love the fact that she ribs on him, though. I love it. I love their dynamic. Huh?
Really? I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. Mission or not, I needed to focus on Vilio. Not to mention my own feelings. What did I want to do? You must really care about this guy.
What makes you say that?
You look so serious when you talk about him. It's as if you're in love with him.
Love? And her father's over there what? Yeah, there you go. The look on his face. He's like, whoa, not my baby girl. Every time. I know it's only been 2 routes, but still, all of them, her mother's like, oh my god, you're in love, that's adorable. And her dad's like, whoa, no, stop it. No, not happening. I will lock her in a fucking cage. No. I really hope we get the same kind of sass we got in Rady's route where we're like, it's okay, he's not in love with me. How dare he? I just love it when he flips pages like that so fast. Oh god. Hold it there, Maria. Just because her feelings are earnest doesn't mean she's in love. It's way too early for Spacey to love someone.
What are you talking about? She's 16 already. Wouldn't surprise me if she's got a boyfriend or two. Or two, our mother is like. What the hell just happened? Like, sorry. Anyway. Besides, I was around her age when I first met you.
Wait a minute. Having two boyfriends is just plain wrong.
Oh, Dad. Pat him on the shoulder. Sweetie, honey, baby. I hate to tell you this, but I got a lot. Fucking full man harem. And in Justin Circus alone, what do we got? Like 6, 7? Like, I've lost count. Oh, God, 8? Are we up to 8? We have 8 boyfriends? Damn. Yeah. You know, because we got we got Ion, we got Pashalia, we got Zephora, we got Rady, we got fucking Vilio, we got Ginia, we got Aleste, and we got Leon. Yeah, no, we're up to 8 now. We got 8 boyfriends, so I'm gonna need you to quadruple that number there, buddy. Dad was all shaken up as he fixed me with a grim stare. I know, we can't break that to him yet. I'm just gonna keep the man harem to myself. Anyway, I know it's not a good idea to meddle in your daughter's affairs, but you didn't go and find yourself a paramour while I was away, right? Right? My answer was, I'm interested in someone. No, there's no one. I'm interested in someone. We gotta straight up admit that we're in love with Vilio. There is no fucking way. Right now where we are on the second half of the route, we're gonna say, nah! Yeah, damn right. Someone flitted through my mind when Dad said the word paramour. Oh my God, it's Vilio! No way! Vilio, of course. Here goes nothing, I guess. I'd yet to figure out whether what I felt for him was love. Even so, I don't have a boyfriend or anything. You hear that, Maria? I knew. That said, I'm interested in someone. Lost all color. He is now full on black and white. We just killed him. I'm sorry, Dad. I know we just brought you back after 10 years, but whatever. What kind of person is he? In stark contrast to my dad staggering on his feet, Mom was calm enough to inquire further. She's excited. Like I said before, he's very special. He's powerful, kind, and straightforward. He also has a strong sense of duty. I believe he's far lonelier and more fragile than he looks, however. The way I described Vilio was very different from how he usually acted, and yet I found it strangely fitting. When I hesitated, she gently stroked my hair. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'll ask another time. I'm sure you're still working out your feelings. Yeah. Remember this. We'll support you in whoever you choose as long as you've given it enough thought. Right, Rigel? Huh? Yeah, sure. We'll support you. Of course. Be it a human, a fey beast, or even a fiend, I'll give my lovely daughter my blessing. There's no way she'll choose a fiend, silly! Like how he's so determined. Even if you choose a fiend, I will give you my blessing. It's killing me inside, but I'll do it. But like, girl, face me. Like, I offered an exasperated smile before directing my attention to the window. What do I want? What should I do to help Vilio? Is there anything I can do? I looked out at the night sky, searching for the answer. Ah, man. Oh, chapter 7. Okay, we're whipping through these chapters. I figured we were going to do our show and everything, but I guess we're just jumping over that because we don't need to. Oh, okay, no, we're still... I thought each chapter was going to be a different location, but I guess not. The day after we'd watched Vilio devouring fiends in Kalida's woods. Per Ginia's order, the security forces scoured the area for any stragglers, but to no avail. The fiends were all gone. Meanwhile, we continued to rehearse for our Kalida show to help Calivis grow. However, the prince seemed to be having second thoughts. I couldn't blame him, considering how many fiends we'd seen yesterday. And that's all the more reason the show must go on. It was surprising to hear that coming from Ginia and no one else. We may have cleaned up the existing fiends in town, but more of them will be born if people continue to feel anxious and pessimistic.
Are you saying we can prevent a fiend outbreak if we entertain lots of people with our show?
I see. And that is certainly better than taking no action at all. This was more than anything I could have hoped for. All this time, there was nothing I could do, even when Vilio was racked with pain from devouring fiends. It had frustrated me to no end. Now, I had renewed determination. I've got to make this show a success. Not only for Calivis's growth, but also to help lessen Vilio's burden. I made you some hot soup. Think you can eat? Yeah, just leave it there. I'll eat it later. It'll be cold soup then. Ever since the incident in the forest, I'd been visiting Vilio in his tent. I usually came around noon when the sun reached its zenith. Still in rough shape, huh? I don't understand. Before you could get back on your feet with just a little rest, he ate a lot of fiends, and honestly, well, I mean, okay, we've only seen him eat fiends that one time, to be fair. And all the other times, so we don't know if he... Hold on. Sorry. My mom was traveling back home, and she just texted that she got home, so I didn't want to ignore her. But, so we didn't see how many he ate. But, like, the time we witnessed him, his whole body in dragon form didn't turn black. He ate a lot more fiends, I feel like, this time. But also, you have to think of it like, yeah, okay, I ate 10 fiends and I can purify them after, like, 2 days. But then the next day, 10, and then the more you're eating, it's probably, like, gonna take a little bit longer. Because it's not like, oh yeah, I ate a bunch of fiends and then I waited 2 weeks and ate more. You're eating more and more as you go. Almost daily. Like, you probably don't have as much time and it's going to take longer to purify them. Plus, now you're eating more. And you know what I mean? So it's like slowing it down. So even if he ate the same amount of fiends last night as he did the first time we saw him eating fiends, he's been eating so many that it's putting a strain on his body to purify them because he's not taking as long of a break between eating them as he originally would have been, or like a normal pace. He's eating them faster and eating more, so it's more strain on his, but you know what I'm saying? So like, but like the last time we saw him, his whole body didn't turn black, so like obviously your fiend metabolism is slowing down in addition to you're probably eating more of them. So, well, there's all sorts of fiends. Takes a long time to purify a strong one. Refilling the water jug beside me, I asked him another question. I can see you're in a lot of pain. But in your own words, how do you feel after eating those fiends? Kinda hard to describe. Since I'm taking in negative emotions, it feels wretched and miserable. I keep hearing sad voices in my head and my chest hurts. Aww. I feel that sometimes on my own without eating fiends. It made me realize all humans bear these kind of emotions. But these emotions aren't really mine, so they go away over time. Anyway, you could say it feels like getting heartburn from eating too much. It's just taking me a little more time to heal because I ate more than usual. No need to worry about me. I'm feeling good enough to get out of bed now. He frantically waved his hands when he saw my gloomy face, like he's trying to be brave for us. Oh, you don't have to be for us, sweetie. The others have started rehearsing, right? Tell him I'll be there soon. Have you seen your hair? It's still black. As Vilio made to stand up, I pressed a hand over his head and made him sit back down. The lingering color of his locks meant he had yet to fully recover. Oh, look, you look sad. I'm not going to let you rehearse until your hair's red again. Let us handle all the show stuff. Fine. I'll be a good boy until my hair color goes back to normal. Good. We have some fresh fruit, so let me know if you want any. Vilio stared at me, pouting. What? Was it something I said? Nope. It's just... How do I put it? You're kind of acting like my... Mom? I raised a brow in confusion. Like your girlfriend? I was gonna say mom. Oh, Vilio's all shocked. He was like, wait, what? Even though I was joking, he froze up from head to toe. Oops! I covered my mouth in a hurry, though it was too late. My girlfriend? No, wait, I'm not saying we're a couple or anything. I mean, you know, couples usually get so close they could play with each other's hair, so, yeah, it can't be us. So awkward. Yep, I was spouting absolute nonsense by now. Even I was totally lost. Elio looked unruffled as he gave a shrug. You got a point. Couples are so close that they're stuck to each other like glue. All the lovebirds and Orions are like that. I know, right? They're always caressing each other's hair, holding hands and hugging. And they also, as much as I want to caress your hair and hug you and pet your face, give each other thoughtful gifts? Right then, he pulled out a pendant adorned with a great big jewel. I was gonna say kiss. I know the game wasn't gonna go to they also have sex. I wasn't gonna go there, because I knew that wasn't gonna happen. But I thought she was like, they also kiss. Because we missed that, and he's like, give each other gifts like this? Girl? You're like, I was gonna say kiss, but yeah, that too. It was the Lacrima replica I gave him back in Orion's. So you still have it? Of course I do. You gave this to me. Besides, I feel like this thing really does ward off evil. Remember what I said before? Sometimes I feel like all the negative emotions of the fiends I ate are gonna crush me. When I hold this and think of you, though, a warm, pleasant feeling spreads through my chest and chases them away. Oh my god, that's love, you idiot, and it's so adorable! Stop it! I'm gonna choke to death on how cute this is. I hold this and I think of you, and it makes me feel all warm and happy, and like, so it's gotta be the pendant. Oh my god, you idiot. I love it. I love it so much. He's such a dumbass. I really hope he says something like this in front of someone, and like one of the other guys, like Zephora or Ginnia, would give him fucking shit. And be like, smack, idiot, you're in love with her. Dumbass. It's not the fucking pendant. God damn, use your brain cell. Oh, it's so cute. I love it so much. Then it hurts a little less. He looked so radiant when he said that. He's totally fucking 190% in love with us. God, I love it. Before I realized it, I'd averted my eyes. Anyway, clearing my throat, I led this conversation of ours back on track. Rest up until the purification's over and done with. Don't worry about the show. We're getting things ready now, and the others have been tutoring Calivis. You sure you don't need my help? No, you've been working too hard by yourself. Rely on us for once. Let us take care of the show, and my lips stopped moving because Mom's words came back to me. How about you try telling him how you feel? Or maybe ask him not to exhaust himself. Your father's the most important person in my life, so I don't want to see him overwork himself. And let us help you with your fiend mission, too. But that one is... I know how important it is. Believe me, I do. But this isn't about that. I just want you to lean on me some more. I'm worried about you. Please, stop pushing yourself so hard. Treasure yourself more. Strokes his hair. As we're saying this, looking into his eyes. Anyway, I'm gonna go! And then he's like, wait. My mom had given me the encouragement I needed to say all this. Elio kept quiet while I expressed my feelings. Only once I finished did he speak up again. Thanks, Spacey. But, sorry. I can't do that. You know it too, don't you? I can't afford to take it easy now. I gotta push through. My words had reached his ears, but not his heart. I can't ignore all those fiends when they're starting to take over the world. Elio, It's okay. I understand how you feel. I don't think you fully do, because I don't think you understand how you feel. So I'm gonna leave the show and Calivis to you guys. Alright. Guess I should get some sleep or else I won't recover anytime soon. He laid back down in his hammock as if we had nothing more to discuss. So that was how it turned out. The other circus members and I would handle the show's preparation and Calivis's lessons. It took a little weight off Vilio's shoulders, I had to admit. Yet the only one who could consume fiends was Vilio. Even if it was our number one problem, no one could do it in his stead. Not like he chose to be born as an archdragon. Why does Vilio have to take on such a cruel task all by himself? I wish I could be as strong as him. It hit me then how impossible it all was. I had no other choice but to sneak out of the tent, taking care not to wake him. I mean, he fell asleep fast. And I'm beat. My feet are sore from all that walking. Oh, welcome back, you two. Did you hand out all the flyers? People are more excited about the show than I had imagined. They were clamoring to take the flyers. I suppose there are plenty of people who wish to see our performance again.
You know what makes them so eager to peep this show?
A thrilling second show from Circus! This time we're joined by a very special guest, Prince Calivis! Don't miss it if you want to see His Highness on stage! Really should have been anybody else's voice than the announcer voice, because nobody has that voice, so. Wow, name dropping the Prince really made an impact. Glad we have him with us. Agreed. Our show became the talk of the town thanks to him. Had nothing to do with the fact that we did a show once here before and it was amazing. And now people are more excited. It's all Calivis. I'm just throwing it out there. That's rude. And they're also excited to see Prince Calivis perform for them now that he's recovered. Thank goodness the advertising went well.
I'd say this unprecedented excitement's gonna make it hard for Calivis to walk around town.
I regret that he cannot thoroughly enjoy the city now. We should have given this more consideration. You should have had him walk around town and do that before you started promoting the show. I mean, something like this would have happened sooner or later, considering he's a prince. Though I do agree we could have come up with a better plan. Again, don't advertise until after he's toured around a little bit. Because I feel like we've been here at least a week, probably. So he could have been touring around a little bit while he was learning before we... So, yeah, we're kind of dumbasses. We've only been here for like 3 weeks, prepping and everything, and we haven't let the kid walk around town and experience shit. Smart of us. I'm just saying. Come on. It's not like we just got here yesterday. I turned around to the show tent behind me. We only had a week left before the big day, so we've obviously been here a couple weeks. Just like last time, we'd set up our show tent atop Sage Tower's roof. There, we taught Calivis everything we could while doing some simple rehearsals. And again, you could have let the kid have some downtime. Before you promoted. And keep your eyes on my hands, alright? Oh, it's turning into a star! You made a bubble that turned into a star. The water carefully. Yes, and try to make lots of stars. Your mana is stronger than mine, so more spirits will come to grant your wishes. You have much more mana than you can handle, though, so let's focus on how to control it. Once you get your magic under control, you'll be able to do a wider variety of acts. I'll get technical for you, but keep this in mind. I'm not going to go easy on you simply because you're a prince.
Okay. I'll try to get it down pat.
He's working really hard. Calivis had been practicing for 3 hours straight without rest. A smile bloomed on my face at the little prince's efforts. Calivis is a hard worker. He does not seem tired at all. Last night we practiced until late at night because he wanted to review the movements. With you too? He even came to me early this morning to ask for some production advice.
That kid's a good memory. He memorized his intro lines in no time. At this rate, he can hang up the crown and make a living as an entertainer.
Right then, a flabbergasted voice reached our ears.
Can you not say such ominous things? Our country will fall if His Highness fails to ascend the throne. And if that happens, I'll no longer be the great nobleman. I'll be the great jobless grown-up. How unsightly.
Why did he keep the great part? The great jobless grown-up, I don't like it, stop it! And Ginny is over here crying in a corner with his pout on his face. I love him. And that reminds me, Ginia, have you finished checking the lighting? Ginia nodded, his eyes flickering over to the stage.
And given how long his heart has been frozen, the prince must be having so much fun right now. He's like a little kid, hungrily absorbing everything he learns.
I guess you can say he's making up for lost time.
True. I also believe his interest in Vilio plays a part.
He's interested in Vilio? Why?
Oh, you know, the royal family is privy to the dragon's history, which isn't shared with the general public. You know King Arthur and his friend Ragules were the ones who founded and saved our world, right? We literally did a show based on that. Ever since he was born, Prince Calivis has always been called the Second Arthur. I figure he may be thinking of Vilio as the second Regules. He must have wanted to grow ASAP to be worthy of standing next to Vilio as friend and comrade, unlike Arthur and Regules.
Ah, I see. My eyes trailed over to the stage as well. Nice. That's it, Calivus. Have the audience focus on the water flower when you release your magic. Use that small opening to hide yourself and you got the trick down.
I'll give it a try. Make sure to maintain your magic while you're hiding. Everything will fall apart if you lose your concentration. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
He may not have had much time to practice, but he does not seem to have any issues so far.
Guess Vilio's the only one left, huh? How's that guy doing?
I don't think he'll be able to get up and move around yet, unfortunately. Still have shit in my throat and lungs. When I visited him today, he was like, "You should just focus on the show instead of me," and drove me away. I'm still worried about him, so I'll probably go see him again after this.
A good idea. I feel like he'll do something reckless if we leave him alone.
That's exactly like, yeah, don't worry about me, I'll be fine. It's like, I'm gonna go check on him because he's probably out in the forest eating fiends again when we're not looking. So Ginny is on the money here. It may seem odd coming from me, but Vilio tends to keep everything to himself. I was hoping we could assist him, even if just a little. Everyone feels the same way I do. Do we need an intervention? I'm sorry. Didn't mean to yawn in your ear. Knowing that made me feel relieved and sad at the same time. We were all worried about him. We all wanted to help him out. It was so frustrating that our feelings couldn't persuade him. I absent-mindedly stared at the show tent. Everyone was here except Vilio. Have you heard? That circus troupe's gonna hold another show here. Yeah, their last show was awesome, so I might go watch them again. I've got to submit my report on that day, though. What should I do? If push comes to shove, go drink the you-know-what and pull an all-nighter. That way you can...
Hey, you two! Don't you even think about it!
What's this kid's problem?
It'll be such a waste if you can't fully enjoy the show because you're too sleepy, especially if you end up conking out.
Fine, I get it. I'll get some sleep if we're going, so stop hitting me.
Can you believe Spacey, Rady, and the others are going to do a new show here? I can't wait to watch the stage as a member of the audience this time.
I forgot about Pharaoh. Oh my god, Pharaoh, you have to come with us and be Calivus' best friend again! Thanks to the people who'd seen us perform before, word spread quickly without us lifting a finger. Anticipation for our upcoming show rose more and more by the day. And finally, the eventful day arrived. Sorry for worrying you guys. I just barely made it in time.
Oh, hi, Vilio.
Who said we were worried? Don't be ridiculous. It was a blessing to be able to focus on the show in peace. And he's over there like, thank fucking God he's okay. I was so worried. I've been up at nights.
Be a little more honest, will ya? You literally said it was boring without Lizard Brain around.
I love it so much, because you know when Sephora's like, yeah, God, I wish you weren't here. Everyone, but like, you know inside he's like, I'm actually relieved you're okay. And he doesn't want to say it, but everyone else says it for him and calls him out on his bullshit, and I love it so much. Huh? You going senile or something? When did I say that? Nah, if you miss me, just say so. Oh my god, hug. Force a hug on Zephora. Listen, I know consent. Don't just do things without people's consent. But in this situation, hug him without his consent. Just fucking do it. Because he'll secretly love it inside. I wouldn't normally say that in reality. Like, don't just hug someone. But, you know, in this scenario, please just hug him. Why would I miss you? Yikes. Zephora can be so childish sometimes. No, he's just shy and grumpy. Glad to see you've recovered, though. Vilio had been bedridden ever since he'd eaten those fiends. Just before the show, he finally recovered. His hair color returned to normal, and he joined back up with us. And do not get me wrong, I'm happy to have you back. But will you be well enough to take the stage? Got a point, considering you never came for rehearsals. That's exactly why I told her to increase my solo parts.
I spend so much of my free time reading my script that it's literally falling apart. Don't sweat it. I won't cause any trouble. Actually, I was thinking we should just cut you out of the show. Well, this girl over here insisted we wait till you got better. Relita, why are you bringing that? Is that so, Spacey?
Feeling mortified, I panicked and found something very interesting to look at on the floor. Love this so much. And then,
suppose I gotta live up to your expectations then.
I didn't catch Vilio's face as he said that. His voice sounded somewhat blue, which only confused me.
Oh, there you are, Spacey!
Why would he be... Like, that's... He's so sad about... Oh. Because he's probably thinking I can't live up to your expectations because I got so much on my shoulders. And like, oh! And he's probably worried about disappointing us. You can never disappoint us! You disappoint... I'm only disappointed... Like, I'm not mad that you won't let us help you. I'm disappointed in that. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm disappointed that you won't let us all help you. Power of friendship. A boisterous voice called out to me, and then two familiar figures walked on the scene. Takes forever for him to get here. Mom! Dad!
Sup? I didn't know you two were gonna come. What gave you that idea? Today is our daughter and her friend's big moment.
Honestly, we were only going to cheer you on from the audience seats. But then we ran into Ginny at the entrance and he brought us here.
Goodness me, you're as pushy and stubborn as you were before. Some things never change.
Hey now, cut us some slack. We just woke up, unlike all of you. I really hope in the fan disc we have like our parents are alive type of a thing, and we're not dating it so that we can. I want to see what our parents' reaction is when we bring Ginny home. I want to see our dad literally fucking faint. Be like, no, what the fuck, no. Why, no. I mean, we love Ginny, don't get me wrong, but not like that, no. Because, like, he'd throw a fucking drama fit befitting of Ginny if we brought Ginny home to our father. I'm just saying. You can picture it, and I need that in my life. Laughing cheerfully, Mom and Dad turned back to our troop, also because the ribbing the two would give each other would be great.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Highness. Thank you for all you've done for us.
Lovely to meet you all. Thank you for looking after our daughter. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Hearing my parents heap praise on my friends and make small talk was pure torture. Stop it, it's adorable, I love it. I watched over them relentlessly, making sure they didn't say anything strange. Just then, Dad cleared his throat and opened his eyes wide. They can't say anything too strange. They haven't seen us in 10 years. Vilio. Oh.
Well, hello, Vilio. We didn't have time to talk before, did we? Huh? I guess not. My daughter's told me all about you. Can't believe I got to meet a real dragon. Can I ask you some questions?
Oh my god, my dad's as enamored with Vilio as we are.
If I can answer, sure. Huh, you're real hopeless when it comes to Phoebes.
Dad then proceeded to bombard the poor guy with questions, putting him in a daze. Wait till he finds out you're the one I'm in love with! You think this is bad? Meanwhile, Mom walked over to me and whispered something in my ear. No, Spacey. Which one is your crush? What? What are you saying, Mom? I don't know what you mean. Didn't you say you have someone you're interested in? I did say that, didn't I? I stole a glance at the people beside me. You're like, what? What guy? Like, so who's your boyfriend? And you're like, what? And you stare at Vilio and you're like, no one. And she's like, I saw where your eyes went. Vilio seemed overwhelmed by my dad's barrage of questions. Following my line of sight, Mom nodded her head as if she'd already guessed who it was. That's because she asked you, who's your crush? And you're like, what? I didn't say this. She's like, I did, didn't I? And then you look right at that person. Come on, your eyes are always going to dart to that person. Oh, I see it all so clearly. You've chosen the dragon boy, huh? No, it's not Vilio. I don't like him that way. Perhaps Ginny was right. I was basically an open book. Plus, he and I are just too different. The worlds we live in and our respective responsibilities are leagues apart. I mean, I'm human and he's a Phoebes. A dragon, even. Is that what you're worried about? There are many humans who date Phoebes, you know. Besides, you wouldn't be the first human to marry a dragon. Right, Rachel? And then, okay, wait. Our father is over here talking to Vilio. Let me ask Bob Archie a question. You wouldn't be the first person to marry a dragon, right, sweetie? Who's talking to Vilio and he couldn't hear our mom? Like he did. I mean, he does only have one brain cell, so maybe he's not using it right now. But like, oh my god! He ate a lot of fiends. He's been under a lot of stress. Our father just bombarded him with a bunch of fucking questions, so maybe his brain cell turned off. Is all I'm saying, because otherwise, how does he not know what the hell is happening right now? Oh dear God. You mean the Dragon's Bride? Dragon's Bride, one, a legend that has been passed down as a fairy tale. In this story, a dragon and a human woman fall in love despite their differences, of course. The dragon shares some of his power with her, and the two live happily ever after. And we're going to be able to help him by eating, because he's going to share his power with us, and then we're going to help him because we're going to become like the Archdragon Bride, and we're going to be able to eat fiends, and we're going to go off into the eating fiends together. Okay, all right. I see what you're doing here. Something like that, maybe? I don't know. The Dragon's Bride? Ooh, what is that? Dad chimed in with his input when prompted. Avilio was right there! And like, I just want to remind us, besides, you wouldn't be the first human to marry a dragon, right, sweetie? And he's like, what, the Dragon Bride? So he heard, our father heard that sentence. Even if, because if she went right, and he would have been like, what do you mean? You know, humans marrying dragons. And then he said it. Okay, Vilio could be over there like, why are we talking about this? But this was obvious. The man's not that, is he that stupid? It's a fairy tale from long, long ago. Oh dear God, we're gonna get, okay, well, we're gonna be here forever. 300 years ago, a girl and a dragon fell in love with each other, just like now. But the girl was far too small and fragile compared to the dragon. Well, I mean, if he's in human form, he's fine. Even though their feelings were mutual, they could never be together. Dragon then decided to share some of his power with his broken-hearted love. Did she fall in love with him in his dragon form and this is some bestiality shit? Because, like, at least Vilio can turn into a human. Then the two lived happily ever after. We read that, we didn't... It was in the glossary, it's basically what it said. And that's how the story goes. I heard there's actually some evidence that proves the fairy tale's based on real events. He looked over at Vilio. Why don't we ask the dragon in our midst? Did that story really happen? So Vilio was standing right there, so he's heard this whole conversation. Not sure. Been around since before I was born. A dragon can share half their power with their significant other, though. Oh. Is that tale really based on a true story? Did a dragon marry a human and live together for the rest of their days? This new information got my gears turning. I bet it did. Vilio's next words dashed my hopes to smithereens. That custom's long gone, though. Super unlikely for us to go out of our way to marry someone from a different race anyway. Ow! Why are you being so thorny? This is the kind of shit I expect to come out of Zephora. What the fuck? Plus, we don't need to share our power if we pair with a fellow dragon. Is he purposefully being like this, or is he literally just this stupid? And he's like, oh, well, anyway, facts. And you're like, so you know me? He's like, okay. Like, okay. Is he purposefully saying these things to dash our hopes because he's like, thinking that even though he's got feelings for us, the responsibility he bears would be too much and he doesn't want to hurt us, like that type of a thing? Like, I'm trying to protect you? Or is he literally just the stupid and has no idea what the conversation was that we just got there and he's like, well, yeah, we can do that, but no one really does that anyway. Besides, you don't have to if you marry a dragon anyway. And he's just like so being a fucking himbo right now that he's not using his brain cell. Like, I'm not really sure. Trying to protect us, not using brain cell. I don't know. I don't know. It could go either way. Heads or tails? Oh, that makes sense. He simply shrugged, treating it as if it had nothing to do with him. Yes, so see, this is why, again. Are you using your brain cell? My disappointment was so strong it leaked into my reply. How long are you gonna keep blabbing? The show's about to start. Oops, sorry. I'll get ready really quick. See you later, Mom and Dad.
This is so nerve-wracking.
I know, right, Calivis? You'll be fine. You've practiced a ton.
No, I mean the whole thing between you and Vilio. Like, can you just admit that you're in love with each other? I can't handle it.
After seeing my parents off, I tapped my cheeks to recenter myself. Come on, girl, focus! It's like just a, okay, I was like, I could hear the buzzer, like the buzzing of the stage about to start, but like, okay. Well, we're gonna get the performance in the next part, but I'm like, I'm sure part of, with Vilio, part of that was like, you know, I'm pushing you away to keep you at arm's length. I don't know if he realizes we have feelings for him. I don't, because here's the thing. We're kind of obvious, so I feel like it's obvious that we have feelings for him. But he's also an idiot, so he might not realize we have feelings for him. Okay? So again, with Vilio, could go either way. He either realizes and is like, I also have feelings for you, but I know we can't be together, so I'm going to say these things to kind of push you away, to kind of protect you and pretend I don't have feelings for you and everything like that, because it'll hurt us both. This will save us both. Okay. Or he's literally like, I have no clue you have feelings for me. I am totally clueless about the feelings I have for you, because like I hold this pendant and it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy and I'm stupid and I don't realize what that means. And like, oh, you're talking about dragons? Yeah, but we don't do that anymore, because he's not using his brain cell. I'm sure it's a weird combination of the two, but it's like really funny because in Vilio's route, you never know if like trying to protect us, not using brain cell. Which one? What combination of those two? Because it's always some combination. Is it 50-50 here? Is it like 80-20? Like, what's the percentage span on this here? But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.